Hey, let's get into it. It's a pretty common story. TV shows are kind of built around the premise that the owner of a storage locker stopped paying the fees and everything inside gets abandoned. Often, when they open it, there are boxes of expensive clothing, electronics, still often in their packaging, stacks of unused items. Things that once had value are just sitting there. They're unused, they're forgotten, and they're wasting away. And it raises a question. What is the point of having something that you never actually use? That's the tension that James wants to step into here. There were people in the early church who had wealth, but that wealth wasn't shaping them in a good way. It wasn't being used for others. It wasn't softening their hearts. It was just sitting there. And James doesn't ease into it. He confronts directly. So, James chapter 5, verses 1 to 3. Come now, you rich, weep and howl for the miseries that are coming upon you. Your riches have rotted, and your garments are moth eaten. Your gold and silver have corroded, and their corrosion will be evidence against you, and will eat your flesh like fire. You have laid up treasure in the last days. James is writing to believers. Remember, they're scattered out of Jerusalem. They're navigating just sort of pressure, instability, economic disparity as well, we see here. Some are struggling to survive, and others are living comfortably, apparently also indifferent. And James speaks with like this prophetic weight. It's not casual advice, it's a warning. And notice the imagery here that it's riches that is rotting. The garments are eaten by moths, and the gold and silver are corroding. It's not just about physical decay because gold and silver don't actually like rust like that. James is making a point. The very things that they trusted in, the things they thought that were secure, are actually unstable. And more than that, those things are becoming evidence. That is a weighty line. Their wealth here isn't neutral. In fact, it's testifying to how the wealthy have lived. It tells us something important. It's not that wealth itself is the issue, it's what wealth reveals. It reveals where your trust is. It reveals how you see others and the responsibility you have towards them. It reveals whether your life is turned inward or outward. Money has a way of kind of quietly shaping the heart, and you don't often feel it happening. It just slowly begins to define what matters. Security becomes the goal. Comfort becomes priority. And generosity, it just becomes optional. James says that path doesn't just stall your growth. It corrodes something deeper inside of us. Think about how this shows up in everyday life. It's easy to accumulate and delay generosity. Oh, after I get, I'll give a little bit later. Maybe when things settle down or things get a little more stable. It's easy to upgrade constantly and hesitate to serve and to invest in our comfort, but avoid any inconvenience of giving. It's easy to hold tightly to what we have while convincing ourselves that we're just being wise. But over time, something shifts and things actually start to own us. And that which was meant to be a tool can very easily become a master. And James is trying to press on that, not to shame us, but more like to shake us awake. Because following Jesus reshapes how we hold everything, not loosely, like in a careless way, without wisdom, but purposefully, with open hands, with awareness of the needs around us, with a readiness to use what we've been giving for something beyond ourselves. So today, it's worth asking, what am I holding on to that was meant to be used? And where has comfort kind of quietly, suddenly replaced calling? And what would it look like to live open-handed instead of being guarded? A challenging question, a challenging passage for us, especially here in the Western world. Wherever you find yourself, God goes with you today.